This is possibly the most unrelaxing episode I have seen of this series yet, and I'm not putting it down because of that. We actually had some good character development of Rinka this episode. Now I want to talk about something. As you all know, I've been talking about the pacing almost every single episode. If the pacing wasn't as slow in this episode, I felt like this episode wouldn't have been as good. The slow pacing really made this episode benefit. It was a good episode because it actually made us see more into Rinka's style, her life, and get to see the different Rinkas, and see that, you know, there was multiple of them, like different sisters, and it made me come up with different theories and stuff, what I think is exactly going on. But I'll get into that in just a second. But this episode was mainly focused on character development, on Rinka, getting to see more about her past. Even though she's technically a side character, I don't really see the exact point of this side character, what she really holds to the overall plot line. It's still good getting to see more past and backstory to all these other characters, because it allows us to get more in depth with all the cast of characters in this series. So, let's talk about the animation. The animation of this episode was good and bad at the same time. It was not the best animation I've ever seen in any anime, and there was some derpy faces sometimes in this episode, but besides that, I really can't knock the episode down. It was a good episode, and just because sometimes it had bad animation, not every single bit did, so I'll look past that. Music-wise, once again, relaxing fucking music that'll just make you cheery or sleepy or whatever. Good music, love it once again. Now, let's get into the Fury part. Okay, so we see a bunch of Rinkas this episode. We see a total of 3, and we find out there's, like, even more out there, and that there's even evil ones and stuff. So this popped up in my head, like, different things that most likely is going on. Now, as we can see, there's different sisters. Maybe they're all twins. That's the first assumption we'll get. But this anime has homunculi. So if we think about that real quick, they have white hair, okay, or grayish white hair. So I'm going to put a theory out here and say that most likely they're all homunculi from their mother or their main sister, because you have one sister Rinka at the end that's walking off one direction and the other's going the other direction. One is looking for their mother and one's looking for their sister. So one of these two people they're looking for most likely are the original creators of these sisters. I'm guessing most likely the main sister was used as some form of alchemy to make a homunculi. I'm just going to be honest right there. But this episode was interesting. I really like getting to see how the atmosphere intensified in some parts in this episode with the fighting. But once again, I will say, like I said, it's not the best thing I've seen, but it was a good episode. Definitely probably one of the better episodes of this series. And you gotta love the drunk Rinka, the way that she's just freaking drinking, and the way you just see multiple of them. It was a really good moment. I like it. So overall, I say it was a good episode. Not the best, but it was a good episode. Go give it a watch if you want something that is actually not as relaxing as we've had in these past couple episodes. And do you feel like it's going to go into the main plot very soon? I really don't know how many episodes it's going to be. I really do not. I think it's only going to have 12 or 13 episodes. If it does, it's kind of weird how slow this actual plot is going, if we think about that. But besides that, this is going to be the end of my anime review on this anime this week. Tell me your thoughts on it. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you hate this episode? What was your favorite moments about it? What did you feel about Rinka and finding out more about her? Everybody, I love you so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.